Cool. All right, I've got the YouTube stream going instead. Let's see if I can't. See if I can't do this properly. Accidentally minimized all my screens. That's not super helpful. By Twitch. Okay. Testing. Okay. And yeah. We'll see how this works. Hopefully it'll stutter less than the Twitch stream was. Though it's, fundamentally the same technology. I'm just hoping that since I've been having trouble with Twitch and not with YouTube as a consumer, that as a producer, I'll have a similar experience and therefore a better experience right now with Google. Right, so I just finished using the yellow. So I've still got 2 shades of red and 2 shades of orange to get all the rest of this in. So let's start with... Do you think I should go full on orange? Or burnt or the cheddar. I think I'm actually going to stick with the cheddar for most of this. There's a few like odd bits that might be better for something else, but we shall see. We shall see. It's kind of funny because this is actually taking slightly longer than it normally would to get this done because I'm talking and wrestling with weird streaming issues, but hopefully now that that's more taken care of, it's just a matter of getting it done. I don't think I'm going to iron this today. I think I'll tape it and iron it tomorrow. I'm not doing anything on the Friday night. Oh, no, wait, I totally am. I have plans. That's right, I am actually being social for once. What a world, you know? It says I have one person watching. Huh. I don't know if it's me. I was having this debate with myself on the Twitch stream too, because no one's been in my chats. When it says there's one viewer, I don't know if it counts me. I suppose the actual test for that would be to open up another device and navigate to myself. Which actually I could probably do pretty easily. But we'll see. I kind of want to maintain the mystique of not knowing if anyone's bothering watching. I didn't make a huge fuss about it. Messaged a couple people that I talked to about it. Put it on my Twitter, but you know, it's not gonna have a huge Twitter following. A couple hundred at best. Might switch to something besides Euphoria, something a little more oomph. Oh, don't caught my nail. Okay. Wonder how many streams are like this. You know, a couple of watchers at most, just quietly happening. People trying to, like, I'm not doing this to try to launch a streaming career per se. You know, I have a day job. I might not be the best thing in the world, but you know, it pays the bills more reliably than trying to become mildly famous would. But I'm sure there are a lot of people who like this is their passion. You know, being on a camera while they're doing something else, generally probably gaming, and they want to make that their day. But I don't know. I don't know if I have the devotion to it, I suppose, is what I want for the word. This is actually a different color. I had to get like a tan for the sparks coming off, but I'll have to grab that from my bin in a sec. Let's keep circling up this flames. This is actually like the orange, actually there's a tan that comes off of it. That's the edge of the flame. So you'll see once I get down here just how cutting it close this board is. I'm not saying I made the wrong decision, but it was certainly a choice. Okay, once these couple of beads are out of my hand, I'm going to change music. Okay. So how about we do... Back to my game lists. Got a few of them. I believe I have 4, like, roughly 1,000 track playlists of just game music. Yeah, sure. Final Fantasy IV Piano Collection. Let's turn it up a little bit. There we go. My voice should still be louder than it, but it's a little more, you know? Okay. Back to the beads I go. I'm a sucker for stuff like this. It's like, you know, just kind of nice and no melody, kind of riff off of it. I think that's why I like jazz covers of video game music so much. Though most of the jazz covers that have video game music are a little too lively for this stream at the moment. It's that idea of riffing off like a really known and loved melody that I think that's what I really get out of it. So like if you haven't listened to gosh, what is it? Insane in the Rain's Undertale album, live at Bead. And if you haven't listened to that and you like the music from Undertale or the game in general, give it a listen. It's mostly on YouTube. Insane in the Rain, one word, live at Bead. It's really good. It's a lot of fun. For a long time I had one of the tracks from it as my ringtone until I got sad because I wasn't listening to the track at all because I would get worried it was my phone ringing. Which is not, the best response to your phone to not want to listen to it, but, life happens. We all have our quirks. Alright, so I need a couple of pieces here or there. Got one over here. Got a couple over here. And I believe that's all the orange. I still haven't decided how I want to deal with you can, I think, see the cursor. How I want to deal with his scales here. But that's kind of like the last piece I'm going to work with because of that. Alright. So there isn't really another bold orange I need. What I kind of have is a few different shades of red. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this kind of reddish pink for the really light stuff, and the regular red for the rest of it. And I'm going to kind of see how that looks. So let's start with the reddish pink, because it'll be easier to pick out like the one shade I'm using it for, I think. Oh, we got a couple here. Oops. That does not go there, I don't think. Kind of rearranging things a little bit. Let's get his little nose. His forehead's a little bit lighter, near the flame especially. It's always, the face is always really, really creepy when it's like disembodied eyes and almost nothing else. But like, it kind of makes that moment when you fill in everything around it that much like, yeah. No, that much more, yeah, is how I should have phrased that. You know what I'm saying? Because you kind of see it in a much worse state and then suddenly just clicks. It's not like it's one of like my favorite things about doing this, but it's a nice little thing about doing this craft. Yeah, sorry, I just got really sporadic with these. I will find my pattern. I was doing the head and then I got distracted. Okay. Let's go right up to there. Alright. I think that's it for that really pale. Oh, no, got that one. Second. That one. Okay. So now let's try to fill in everything but the armor with the red and kind of assess from there, you know? It's all, let's do this together, me and the one possible person who might be viewing this. See, that was fancy. The camera would sit like, you know, roughly around here, and just have a like nice full-on shot of the of the beads. But unfortunately, I have, you know, shitty webcam number 6. So I will, you know, if I start doing this on the regular, maybe I'll invest. But I'm trying to not invest in gadgets for a bit because I have to move in a few months. And it's, you know, one more thing to pack every time. Now the other sad thing is that I probably have to remove a lot of this in the end. Because this is supposed to be for a project where I'm doing coasters for someone. And my coaster mold is smaller than this. But as I think I said in the beginning, the idea behind doing the whole thing is to kind of figure out what the best looking slice of it is going to be and kind of go from there. And I think it's going to be the head. Not that, you know, the body's ugly or anything, but I think not having enough shades for the very dark is going to make it harder to read once it's done. And there's just a lot more differentiation in like the head. I'm kind of really liking how the head looks. So this is the first of 8 sprites I'll have to do for that coaster project I mentioned. If you played Secret of Mana, I mean that's something you would already know, but they're all pretty fun images, really. Actually, let me take a moment and just kind of, let's look at a specific window, huh? Yeah, another time. Or you can look them up. You know, there's the tree person, and there's, you know, a wind fairy, and a shadow guy that's actually kind of nifty. Some of the proportions are a little bit unfortunate when it comes to the project I'm doing here. So, like, you know, I'm probably going to have, like, the leaves at the top of the tree, and not, like, you know, the roots or anything. Or I might just, like, truncate them and squish them. We'll see. You know, things to figure out. That's part of why I put off doing this entire project. There were so many like little tweaks that probably have to be made that I got not too keen on tackling it. Is what it is, though. This is weird. That's supposed to be not there at all. Whoop. Yep. Okay. That's 2 and 2. So this is all the armor that I have to figure out still. And now it's just fill in the head. Maybe throw in the couple of tan pieces I mentioned for up here and such. I might change that pixel. And then what normally happens once I've kind of like fixed it, in terms of like what I have to work with, is I'll go and like make like little tweaks if I need to make it, if it didn't translate as well. I think the most extreme of those I've done recently was I'd done a couple of Sailor Scouts, Moon and Jupiter. It was a going away gift for a friend, and I just like completely changed the arms on both the sprites I had, because it just looked really bad in the scale I had them at. So, and, you know, that's one of the, you know, you get to sit there and kind of make your own mark on things, which is good, because otherwise it'd be just, you know, fan art and fan art. It is still just fan art. No, I can't say it's not. But it's less of a reproduction, you know, which is good, because fan art is kind of not super covered by most, you know, free to use things. Not copyrights, fair use, I guess, you know. You know, if I was like selling this right off the bat here, that'd probably be slightly problematic. Most of the time you get away with that sort of stuff if like the company doesn't have an interest in the market you're in. So like if, you know, Square Enix was ever like super into perler bead art in terms of their internally produced products, I would not be able to sell anything that was Final Fantasy or Dragon Quest or other things like that, because they would more stringent, they would, you know, police it more. But since they don't, you kind of get that gray market of people dealing with things that consumers want and that companies aren't providing. Which, you know, in a broader sense is how new companies tend to end up forming and being successful. Oops. You fill a gap in the market. I don't think perler beads are super cost effective though when it comes to that. Well, like, you can buy them, I guess if you have a lot of time on your hands and you don't value that time on a high dollar price, it works out. Because you can buy like the, you know, the giant bins of mixed colors and you can sort them. And it's probably, I think by volume it's cheaper to do that, but you just don't get, you know, enough of any particular colors. Okay. Armor. His armor looks like it's a yellowish greenish. I don't know if I want to use, I don't know if I like that original like greenish. So how about take this bold orange. Fill in the darkest parts of it with this super bold orange. So those 4 spots. We take the cheddar for the next shade down. This probably is not going to read, but trying it. And I missed everything. So now that, you know, I'm filling in small gaps, I'm going to fat finger a lot more. And have to rely on silly things like these jewelry pliers that, you know, I didn't put away yet to get things done. Oh, I missed a couple of reds. Okay. I'll take my light yellows here. Okay. This guy should be the darker red. And this guy should be the lighter one. Okay. So that's not so bad. Now, if you want a better idea of what it's going to look like, once it's ironed, you want to try to get a white surface behind it. I think just the way our eyes work, you want either white or black. And I think with the way my camera is right now, the white's just going to work a little better. Okay. See? Yeah, let me rotate it so the camera gets the same view I'm getting. Not a perfect match, obviously. I somehow screwed up the eyes. I didn't put the I want to fix those eyes real quick. He looks all like sleepy-eyed right now. Because he's just got like no white, so it's like squinting. So I guess, yeah, okay. Let me stop sucking real quick. So let's take this out of here. And then it's these two. And you. Yep. And then on the other side, it's the exact same. I still have one viewer, so I'm not surprised no one said bless you in the chat. It's all good. It's good in the hood. See, I think it actually has worked better on YouTube. I haven't... It says I'm live. My stream health is green. It's going for half an hour. I haven't noticed any major disruption on that screen. I think with my current setup, for whatever reason, just YouTube is going to be more reliable. Oops, I'll pick that up later. Alrighty. Now that, there are the whites of his eyes again. There you go. See? He looks happy. He looks fine. He's reversed because, the camera's not flipped. But, that's not bad. And I think... So the coaster is roughly the size of this guy. So, like, it'll be roughly... I might do like this. Yeah. I might like size down the fire a little bit when it comes to that. But I want to like take some pictures in case anything gets damaged and that sort of thing. And then I'm going to tape him up and put him to the side. Actually, I don't think I'll tape him up yet. I think I'll just transport him carefully to my work table behind me and do that. So I'm going to use the magic of Squirrel Girl, as in I'm moving the project onto a box. Graphic novel, sorry, for transport. To do this. Alright. Sorry, I was checking on something else on my work table to see if I was ready for a bit of show and tell, and it's not quite. I'm working on a couple of projects that are combining perler beads with resin. So I'll be doing some coasters and other weird stuff. But alright, one viewer, if you aren't me, thank you for watching. If you are me, thank me for watching. And maybe I will do this again soon. Ciao.